Audrey Woods, Assistant Dean of Enrollment Management at the Klein School of Law at Drexel University. When you're doing your law school research, one of the many things you should consider are the school's employment outcomes. And a great place to get that information is on the ABA Required Disclosures website, getting it straight from the horse's mouth on the 509 report. But it's a lot of data and you may not quite understand what exactly you're looking at. So today I asked Dean Donna Gerson, who is the Dean of our Career Strategies Office, to just go through the report with us and answer our questions.
Thanks, Dean Woods. It's great to be here, and I'm so happy to answer questions about employment information. So let me begin by sharing this screen with you so that you can see the latest results for Drexel University Thomas R. Klein School of Law. Now, these ABA required disclosures are available from every single law school. So no matter where you're applying, you should be able to find this information on the home page of a law school, and it will say ABA required disclosures, and you can click on that and they'll give you a lot of different documents, including this one, which is called employment outcomes usually. So look for the word employment and you'll find this. What I like to call this document that you're looking at is called the grid. Some law schools are going to give you some other information, but the grid is the document that really lets you compare apples to apples, because we all have to submit this data in this form, and this information is audited by the American Bar Association. So let's take a walk through the grid quickly so you can understand what you might want to be looking for. So the first thing that I like to look at, and I'll use my cursor to point to it, is look for the total number of graduates. That's your denominator for all the conversations we're going to have. So for the class of 2019, there were 134 JD graduates. Okay, that's good information to know. Then the other place that I like to look is right here in this column, the full-time, long-term column, because that tells you that those graduates are employed in full-time jobs, 35 hours or more a week, as well as jobs that are long-term in nature. So that's the gold standard that we're looking for. I want to also explain what these first two lines are about, because they're important. The first is employed in a bar passage required job. Those are jobs that are basically attorney jobs. These are jobs where you're an associate at a law firm or working at a government agency or as a young district attorney and the like. This also includes judicial clerkships. The second line is an interesting line too, and a very important line to pay attention to. These are the JD Advantage jobs. These are jobs where a law degree is not necessarily required, but it is viewed very favorably. And for example, these are jobs in compliance, in regulatory positions, in state agencies that are working in non-legal capacity but legal adjacent, and those are very important. So what a lot of law schools do, and I'll walk you through our thinking about this, is they look at these two lines, the 108 and the 11, and say, those are gold standard, long, full-time, long-term positions. And then I divide them into the denominators. So for example, when you do the math, you'll find that 89% of our graduates achieved full-time, long-term employment in either bar passage required or JD Advantage positions 10 months after graduation, which is wonderful and I think represents a huge success and tells a great story. But there's more to the story that I just want to share with you. So for example, if you look down and see this line, pursuing graduate degree full-time. Those are typically graduates from the law school who have decided to earn an additional degree, a graduate degree in law, which is called an LLM. So we typically have between 1 and 3 students a year who are going to law schools to earn an LLM, typically in taxation, but sometimes in other fields. I also then want to take you down just a little bit more to the employment type, and also where our graduates are going, because again, this tells a great story. So for example, if you look here in the long-term full-time column, you can see that we have approximately 20 plus graduates who are at firms of 100 or more attorneys. That's really interesting and good to note. The other is that we have strong representation in the small to mid-size arena all throughout the country, but specifically in the Philadelphia general area. And that's good news too. The last thing I want to call your attention to are our clerkships. We believe that judicial clerkships, whether state or federal, are launching points for wonderful careers. And so you'll see that we have strong representation for these year-long postgraduate full-time clerkships that give you that launch, that nudge into the career of your choice. The final thing that I would take a look at would be where most of the graduates are beginning practice. And so when you look at the bottom here, you'll see that we have to list the top 3 destinations for our graduates. Ours in order are Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and this year it's Delaware. We're very strong in these areas, but that does not mean that we don't have representation all over the country, including in Florida, Texas, California, and the like. And we provide those services to our students. But it's just great data, and I encourage you to take a look and ask questions. We're happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Dean Gerson. This was really helpful.
You're welcome. Have a good day.